Hey, it's Cody. The last couple months, I have been working slowly on sort of revamping my practice surrounding the full and new moons. Um, Especially when it comes to tarot spreads. So I have had a practice drawing cards for full and new moons for years. It's kind of gone through cycles. At one point, I think there were spreads that I had found somewhere on Pinterest when that was like new. And I would do the same full moon one every full moon, the new moon one every new moon. Um, I went through I don't know. I've gone through phases of doing different things. For the last couple of years, I have been doing the spreads from Owl and Bones Tarot. Now, I will link her Instagram page in the description box. I absolutely no shade to her tarot spreads. They're fantastic. But what I realized was that all of her like moon phase spreads um are sort of linked to the astrological sign, right? New moon in Virgo, or um full moon in Aquarius, or and they were all like that. And for me, I realized that I don't astrology is really not a part of my practice. And so it was kind of weird for me to be following that when that's not really something that I work with. Um, and I kind of felt like sometimes and it's nobody's fault, but things that I was kind of working on or thinking about were really just not lining up with spreads that I was able to find. Um, and so I've kind of just been unhappy. Well, okay, not necessarily unhappy, but I have gone quite a while not really looking forward to doing my new and full moon readings. So I realized, why don't I work on making my own that work for me and the way that I like to work with cards and things like that. So I have spent the last probably 3 or 4 months sort of uh, messing with and tweaking a couple of spreads. So I thought that I would just pop on here and share those in case anybody else um, sort of likes to work with cards this way. So I have here a trusty little deck. This is the Mind's Eye Tarot by Olivia Rose. This is the same creator as the Mermaid's Purse Oracle. And I think there's also a Mind's Eye Oracle. Both of those are indie. This deck is it was just mass market. So I will do a little sample reading here for both of them. Sorry, this video is probably going to be a lot of me talking. So the first thing, all right, let me get my little journal here. Okay, so I made pages for these. They're not particularly attractive pages, but you know what? They are what they are. Okay, so we're gonna ignore this. This is the Moonchild Shadow Edition like intro page when I got it. I don't know why I picked pink for the background, but it's hideous. We're gonna pretend like that's not there, if you can do that. Okay, so this is what I finally come up with. I think that I'm actually finally happy with this. So for me personally, the first thing is I am not a big spread person. As in, I don't like having to draw a whole bunch of cards for a tarot spread. Like, a lot of times I'm perfectly fine drawing one card. Like, I have the ability to sort of dive deep enough into one card that for a lot of questions or situations, I feel like I've gotten my answer from just drawing one card. Maybe something else for clarity or something like that. So I'm not a large spread person. So here is what I came up with. All right, so the first card for the new moon would be energy surrounding the ending of the previous moon cycle. Second is energy surrounding the beginning of the upcoming moon cycle. And the third card is a foundation for setting an intention. So all right, this has elements in it that are things that I like to do. The first one talking about the energy surrounding the ending of the previous moon cycle. I like when I feel like a reading or something like that sort of goes back and picks up some of what was before it. Does that make sense? Like it's moving forward. It's not necessarily it keeps it from feeling disjointed to me. So like if you're painting, right? You're not going to do a brush stroke and the next one like right at the end of it. There's going to like you kind of overlap it. Does that make sense? Maybe that doesn't even make sense. So the first card is the energy of the surround. Wow, energy surrounding the ending of the previous moon cycle. You're going to notice similarities between the new moon and the full moon readings that I'm doing. So it talks about, you know, sort of what has happened before. Here it's talking about the beginning right now, and here's our foundation for setting an intention. Now, the next one, this is my Woven Path Tarot page. I actually hate that I didn't do like the new moon and the full moon on things, but okay. This page is even uglier than the new moon one, but this one is also a 3-card spread. So the first one for this is the intention card from the new moon reading. The second one is what I've accomplished toward my intention, and the third one is what I still need to do. This is like regarding your intention, right? So this one is the full moon reading is almost like a check-in to see how it's going and like a reminder, you know, that this was kind of what happened on the new moon. So again, you're going to notice that the first card, you're going to dig back through your deck and oh my god, where did it go? Oh god, this is a pain in the ass. You're going to dig back through your deck and you're going to find card number 3 from your new moon spread and pull that out, right? This is sort of an invitation to reflect on what was the intention. I mean, really, this whole thing is a reflection, what you've accomplished toward the intention, right? So, you know, in the last 2 weeks, what has happened? What have you gotten done? You know, and then the third one is in the next 2 weeks, what still needs to happen in order to sort of... I want to avoid the word goal because I think the word goal is disgusting. Like it disgusts me. And also I feel like I'm not really sure that tarot readings, for myself, I don't do tarot readings for goals. Just that the intention is sort of, I feel like maybe this one was worded badly now that I'm looking at it. It's just sort of, you know, what the next 2 weeks will bring within the context of your intention. So again, this card reaches back, and this one's reaching forward, just like the first one here is sort of reaching back, and this one is the next one reaching forward. So, I mean, feel free to take these, or even just ideas. Like, I would love to see other people's, you know, new and full moon sorts of practices. So I just thought I would do really quick an example reading just so that you can see what this might look like. Oh my god, there's like a candle right here that's actually pissing me off. All right, I want the questions in the thing. All right, I figured we'd use this deck. I got this deck a couple of weeks ago, and I have not like used it very much. It's a very slippery cardstock. But it's gilded, but it shuffles beautifully. It's just... US Games, I have been impressed with them lately. And their cardstock, I have this deck, and I also have the Fyodor Pavlov Tarot. And it's just so... I'm just impressed with the quality. This one pisses me off a little bit because the air sort of gets between the cards and they like slide off of each other when you sit it down. Okay, well, it didn't do that then, but all right. Anyway, so let's go ahead and draw. So this is just, I mean, a mock reading. It's not like a specific moon phase right now, but we are, at the time I'm filming this, coming toward a new moon. That's why I'm doing this one first. Also, it kind of works that way, the way I have them written. Okay, the energy surrounding... Hey, focus on this. The ending of the previous moon cycle. All right, so we have the Seven of Cups for card number 1. So the ending, we would say, of the previous moon cycle sort of feels maybe a little bit confusing. Maybe there are choices that you need to be making, or you know what I mean? Something is happening where you're kind of feeling more like you have a decision to make, but not necessarily all of your options are practical and real things. So it kind of looks like a messy ending to the previous moon cycle. So for the next one, energy surrounding the beginning of the upcoming moon cycle. Oh, we have the Two of Swords. Okay, very interesting. Good. Okay, this is working perfect. I was kind of afraid I was going to draw some cards and be like, Okay, so I was literally just talking about choices for ending the previous moon cycle. Well, here we are with the Two of Swords, which is none other than the greatest card of choices and decisions to be made. So the energy surrounding the beginning of the upcoming moon cycle is going to be the Two of Swords. So what's going to happen, it looks like here, is that you will end up being able to narrow down all your choices you think you have into something that is going to at some point be usable for you. It's not that your decision is necessarily going to be made, but you will be able to weed out what's just not going to be realistic for you, right? Okay, so this hopefully looks like it's going to be a productive moon cycle. All right, so let's pull a foundation for setting an intention is the Ace of Swords. So this isn't like an intention. I very intentionally put a foundation for setting an intention because this is like, cards don't mean one thing. They are for interpretation, right? Oh my God, there's a cat that just got up here. Ma'am! You cannot be up here right now. Oh my God. Fuck. That cat that did that is not even a friendly one. Like, that's one that hates me. Get out of here. All right. Try and get my shit back under control here. Okay, the foundation. Okay, cards are for interpretation, right? I don't think that, I mean, when you're learning, obviously, you're going to be glued to a guidebook, but I don't feel like, as a more experienced reader, just memorizing guidebook meanings is really what tarot cards are about. So the Ace of Swords, right, within this context, I might say that you're going to need to get out, and this needs to be the beginning of making some logical decisions for yourself, right? So you might say, obviously, there's the Two of Swords and then the Ace. You're going to end up having to pick one of these, right? Your intention for this moon cycle will be to really dig into which one of these two crossed swords that are at a stalemate is gonna be the one that wins, right? So it's, yes, you're gonna be getting rid of ideas that you were thinking about. You're gonna realize that there's really only so many that are possible, and then you're going to have to select, right? So it looks like this might be a stressful upcoming moon cycle. All right, so as we go then to the next one, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these two back into the deck. Yeah, I always do it like this. I'll shuffle again in a sec. We'll keep this one out because I know that I actually will have to. Where the hell did that go? All right, so now I have to put this awful blue that I chose for this. We'll stick it over here. Okay, so now once again, the intention card from the new moon reading. So 2 weeks later, this is our full moon. You're going to go back through your deck, or any, whatever deck. Obviously, this would work with an oracle deck too, right? There's absolutely no reason that it wouldn't. So you're going to get that one back out. So getting this back out isn't necessarily just like, oh, so it pulls in the energy or something, like that. This is really for you. It's kind of an invitation to go back, to look at maybe what you wrote, you think your intention might be for this moon cycle, something like that. It's sort of a little review, right? So we'll do that. And then we're going to see what I've accomplished toward my intention and what I still need to do. If I draw one of those same two cards again, I'm going to be pissed. All right. So here's what you have accomplished toward your intention. Okay, Judgment. So it looks to me, complex card meanings aside, I would say it looks pretty simple that you have sort of made your decision. This doesn't necessarily say if you have acted on it yet or not, but some part of you during these last 2 weeks has realized what really is the thing that's going to have to be your decision for this, right? What is your next step? You have looked, you have judged. It's possible even this choice has been made for you. So the next 2 weeks then, we have the Five of Pentacles. So maybe you're going to need to save money, right? Maybe say you were thinking about moving and you were, I could move all these places. And then you realized, just kidding, all those aren't going to work out. I could either stay where I am or move to this place, right? So you've really looked into it. And now here, what you still are going to end up sort of working with or on for the next 2 weeks is the Five of Pentacles. It's probably going to be, saving money for like, what's it called where you have to like put down money first before you can move into a fucking apartment? I don't know. All I can think of is down payment. I don't think that's right. Okay, so you're gonna end up sort of in this, or maybe you did your judgment, and the judgment is about to be that you picked fucking wrong. Like maybe you fucked up, right? Okay, so now your two more weeks passes. We'll put away these guys, and again, the rolling wheel brings us back to once again the new moon. So. Oh my god. Damn cat messed up how my cloth was on here and that pisses me off. Alright, so energy surrounding the ending of the previous moon cycle. So we'll shuffle here. Oh, the High Priestess. So it looks like, right, whatever your decision was from the last moon cycle, right? You had all of these choices you thought you had. You realized you didn't. You had to narrow it down. You did finally make a decision. And then your decision ended up making finances tight, right? So now we're starting the next moon cycle. Maybe whatever decision you made kind of looks like maybe it had spiritual value for you, right? So this is kind of saying, what did that last moon cycle do for me, right? Okay, maybe the High Priestess, or maybe we got, Temperance. Okay, maybe we learned to save money. Or maybe, why are these all majors? Six of Swords. Oh, remember how I said moving? We've moved. You're packing your shit. You're on your way. You're, taking loads of dishes and bullshit to your new apartment, right? So the thing that I have worked really hard on with these, even though they're just like 3-card spreads, and I normally shit those out on a regular basis. But this is something that I personally will continue to do, and it's sort of that rolling sort of feeling instead of just being like disjointed. Like life doesn't stop and then start again. There aren't like these there aren't very often these clear cut boundaries of this has ended and this has begun. Do you know what I mean? There is to a point, but really as far as, tarot readings and things like that happen, as life moves, it's one smooth thing that starts happening and fucking keeps happening, right? And so yeah, I thought that I would just share this with you. I have tried these specific prompts for the last 2 months. I just wrote these in here in August. So you can see I dated when I put them in here. I tried some variations of these before. I felt like some things weren't lining up like I wanted. But yeah, feel free to steal these. Don't try and put them someplace and sell them or some shit. Or, feel free to, remix this shit, right? Maybe, you think one question should maybe be something else. Maybe you don't, I don't know. Maybe you're not really into, what you've accomplished towards your intention. Because, I'm realizing I don't really like my wording for these 2 and 3 for the full moon reading, because it almost feels like a goal of some sort when I didn't really intend it to be that. I guess I meant more for it to be like, what what has been going towards your intention and what hasn't or something. I don't know, man. See, I don't know how to phrase these differently. Hopefully I explained these in a way that made sense. So, but yeah, I did the little sample readings. I feel like I showed reasonably well what I'm doing. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.